You never tell me. You can never tell me. I won't rise.
This is for the dedicated people that showed up early.
Exactly. Mics are on. As usual. 2.
Right.
1. Hello.
What's up? You're...
Is it working?
I hope so. Our mics are hot. I'll tell you that much. Oh, we are. Is that a thumbs up that we're good to go? Oh, we are Gucci.
I gotta reload.
Sound is good. Can we? We got any feedback from the other side? Like people watching?
Say what?
I said we got feedback from the other side. People watching? So at least like confirm, deny or confirm that.
I'm watching too. It's working.
It's working. The audio's good too.
I can hear it. You can hear it? Yeah.
Oh, word. Dope.
So it's working.
Let's go.
It's working.
Clap it up. Clap it up. Let's go.
Honey mommy's here.
Since we don't have a clap machine yet, we got.
I know, because we can't clap at all. We're terrible at clapping. We don't know how to clap on time.
All three of us can clap individually. We just cannot.
We're like 1, 2, 3, and then.
Yeah, it's always completely off. Always completely off. It's bad. It's bad. You would think like musically inclined people would be a little bit more on time, but it's terrible. It'd be like,
I need the beat.
Yeah, right. What's the no? You know what it is? We didn't know what the tempo was.
Yeah, the BPM. We didn't.
That's what it. Yeah, that's what it was. We didn't set the BPM.
With the auto tune, we couldn't. There was no key to go off of or anything.
We didn't know what time to come in.
Yeah.
Sounds like all bullshit.
Yeah, definitely.
Whatever, dude.
I used AI to try to get my vocals all this time.
Well, hey, we won't do any more claps.
And that's pretty much where we're at. Pretty much where we're at this point. Word, man. Appreciate you guys coming out.
Thank you for having us.
Are we recording?
Oh, dude, I hit record like 5-7 minutes ago. So whatever's in there. I mean, I'll peel it back, but we're good. We're here.
We're here. We made it.
You did. You guys are from Quincy, right? Am I wrong?
Really? I mean, like, I'm actually from Lowell, born and raised, but like, I don't live here anymore.
Okay.
And, a few years ago, like, actually, I moved all around, but I just relocated like last month to New Hampshire.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm from Lowell.
Okay. Where?
Yeah, so like,
We're in New Hampshire.
27. Bedford.
All right, yeah, it's right down the street from me.
Hey, we're neighbors.
What do you know?
Damn, y'all could have just commuted on the way down.
Fine.
Yeah, maybe next time.
But it's something new every day.
Yeah.
Seriously.
We drove by a lot of like iconic spots for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, like my homie, he lives like right down the street. Spartan's Pizza, like.
Oh, Spartan's Pizza. It's the spot, dude.
Goes on. The list goes on.
Yeah, I used to say it Spartans all the time when I was younger. Like high school, like middle of the summer. Like me and my buddy used to live just like up the block right up there behind us. And then like during the summer we would just go, we'd be playing baseball, basketball, whatever, and then it's like, yo, lunchtime, we just cruise right down to the Spartans. They knew.
Good memories.
Yeah, for sure. Like me falling off a scooter on the way down that hill over there.
Damn.
Well, because I didn't want to walk, right? So I ended up finding this scooter in like the dirt, grass, whatever, and I was like, man, this is cool. It still functions, right? But like the handlebar, one of them was like loose, so it came out. But I was like, I'll just hold it tight. Like, I'll be cool, right? So like halfway down, of course, you guessed it. What happens?
Bro.
That comes out. I just eat pavement for the little slide tackle to the pavement. So I'm like limping into Spartan's Pizzeria.
Oh man.
Like blistered, like road rash, like all down my leg. Like I'm here for the pizza. It was rough.
Hopefully that, refueled you.
Yeah, it was definitely a learning experience. Don't trust scooters anymore.
Don't trust anything you find on TikTok.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
I can't even lie though. You find some good stuff, just lying around sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I didn't want to walk. All my buddies had bikes and like their own scooters that actually functioned. I was like, dude, I'm not walking. I was like, it's gonna take me forever. I'm too lazy. Like it's a not a hike, but I mean, when you're that young, you're like, dude, everything's a hike.
It's true.
And it was uphill. Like we were going downhill to go. So if I obviously coming back, I had to go uphill.
You did it.
I didn't want to go uphill. Of course, now that I busted myself, I had to walk uphill, busted and broke. But it is what it is.
It's what got us here today.
Yeah, right.
We'd love to tell the story.
So what is going on with y'all? Welcome to the podcast. You guys are definitely a unique brand for us compared to what we have typically interviewed and had on. I'm very interested to hear this story.
Okay.
Let's, I don't want to be like, well, where did you guys start? But like, how did the, I mean,
I'll introduce myself.
Yeah, let's start with introductions and how you're doing.
I'm doing good. Ryan Margulis, CEO and founder of Bees Thank You. Started in 2015.
Okay.
That's when I graduated college, Emmanuel College. And basically, like, I just always wanted to figure out how to support myself, have my own business, and just really kind of like separate my dependence on, like, I was kind of like, I just want my own thing. I don't want to be like stuck working for somebody. It was always like this problem with me. I was like, I need my own thing. So, yeah, as soon as I graduated, I wanted to, figure out, what path was best for me. Tried a couple of different things, and basically, I found that I love being around music, and that I love food. So initially, I just wanted to be at festivals as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be around that community, people who are having the best time, who are just, really present and just enjoying life. So, for me, initially, just out of college, I was totally cool with, not making money, a lot of money, or barely any money, losing a lot of money sometimes, just to go have these great experiences all around, mostly New England. But, we traveled a little bit farther. But, in the beginning, it was more about having fun and spreading the word, which was to just be thankful and really to educate people about the bees, trees, and, ultimately how to, how we like to be thankful. So,
Yeah.
Like, it's been a lot of, I don't want to say like changes, but a lot of growth. It took a lot of trial and error for us to become the organization we are today, but our mission's always been the same. It's always been simply put, be thankful. Be thankful for the trees, bees, and human beings. And, yeah, I think that kind of gives a little bit about me.
Yeah, of course.
I just wanted to have my own thing. The story is kind of cool, too. So I went to Emmanuel, and I worked in like the kitchen there, doing a lot of different things, but mostly like I was responsible for certain stations like ice cream or like stir fry or sandwiches, whatever it was. And basically, like, once upon a time we had like grilled cheese night there.
Okay.
So, like, it was me and like the sous chef, and we were just chefing up grilled cheeses and stuff. And it's kind of crazy because, we have like a grill, right, where you can get whatever you want, like burgers, chicken, specials.
Yeah.
Like, there's pasta where you can get whatever type of pasta. There's salad bar, there's sandwich bar, there's specials.
Your typical dorm food and all that stuff,
like,
yeah.
We're set up at Stir Fry with just doing grilled cheese and have like 200-person line like all night.
Word? Damn.
I swear.
Wow.
So like I was doing this, I did it for 3 years.
Okay.
Not all 4 years, just 3 years. And like, I don't know. I just take notice of stuff like that. I've always been like business oriented, and like yeah, it kind of stuck with me. So when I was finishing school and I was looking for some type of way to kind of introduce like a business or start a new business, I should say, um, I gravitated towards food for that reason.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then,
for sure.
one day I was just trying to figure out what to do next, and some bee got stuck in my house. And I was like, I don't want to kill this bee. I want to set it free. So I captured it and I like have it on video and I let it go. And then I was like, you know what? Save the bees. Save the bees. And it was at that time there was already a buzz. There's always a buzz about it. It's always like people know like something's happening.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
something's wrong with the bees. Just most people don't know what's happening. So like back then, 2015. I saw some really interesting documentaries, and I read a bunch of really cool um, journals, and I was like, you know what? I was hooked. I was, you know, I don't know how else to say it, and I was so fascinated by bees. Man. They're like one of the most interesting animals like on the planet Earth.
Yeah,
There's like a
I
few
believe
that are
that.
probably like more interesting, like the friggin' infinite jellyfish. I can't remember what it is, but it's just like the immortal jellyfish. So
Yeah,
that might be the only cool one I can think of right now that's cooler than bees.
yeah.
It's just like whenever it wants to like just start over, it just decides to like go back to pupa stage and like redo its life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
That's wild.
forever. Yeah. The
That,
immortal jellyfish, it's real.
that's wild.
It
Damn.
is wild.
Yeah.
So, like now that I've talked about that, like I won't.
That's crazy.
Nah, you're good, man.
I'll drop immortal jellyfish, and then but I like bees. Like at that time for me, it was like all about the bees. The bees are so wild. I guess I'll drop some bee facts, like like how basically they make just enough of their population, specifically us, like the guys, just to like procreate and exist. So like we don't actually serve a function in their society besides like to procreate. So it's wild.
Yeah.
The bees, and basically like it's all ladies,
Mm.
and they're just like partying up all winter, kick all the guys out. Literally, they just make enough food to sustain through the winter time, kick us out, and then they just kind of recycle. So like that's one wild fact about bees. And yeah, the list goes on and on. Just so fascinating. So that's like my story, and
sticking to it.
that's like there's like so much layers.
Oh yeah, I'm down
sure.
to
Yeah.
I'm down to get into layers.
Like so that's like what started me on like my business journey.
Yeah.
But like I've always gone to like Catholic school my whole life. Always had my connection with God. And when I was graduating, I was in this social justice class with Professor Laurie Johnston. Shout out to her. And it was like a Catholic social justice class where it was like just we were learning all about different people and how they introduced religion and how it helped shape the world, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And like I learned about Sister Dorothy Stang, and she was a sister who started this missionary in the Amazon, and she raised all this money to help the people who lived there gain their land back. And
Okay.
she did all this, and she started a church, and it's some wild stuff she was doing.
Yeah.
Ultimately, though, the loggers there had her assassinated, and it was this really big deal. There's like I said, a handful of documentaries, Sister Dorothy Stang, and yeah, I don't know. When I was in school, it really hit me. It just blew my mind that there's all these people around the world doing like these amazing, amazing things that just hit these walls, like, and sometimes it like ends with their life.
Yeah.
For me, I want to be a part of it. I wanted to make my life about something a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
So that's like why I feel like for me, the bees and the buzz about the bees and what's really happening, it's just, yeah, it captivated me. So like, I don't know if it's easy to see the connection, but the connection for me was, the trees in the Amazon. She was trying to help save the trees.
Yeah.
And like I tried to bring that connection to people here, and it was hard for people to that connection across the world, you know, with people they don't know.
Yeah.
So I tried to make that connection simply, like with the bees. Like everyone knows what bees are.
Yeah.
You know, people should know about the different kinds and how they function.
Yeah.
So, and they're big. They're big for the human population, for all populations, for food, pollination.
Right. Right.
Infrastructure. It gets huge.
Yeah.
More things than we realize. You know, they're a very central part of the world. You know what I mean?
Whole world, the whole entire world. Like we all need to eat.
Yeah.
And it's like that's just the first layer.
Yeah.
A lot of the food we eat and consume, they need pollination. And it's a multi-billion-dollar a year industry, pollination. A lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people don't realize that all the bees doing those population are, you know, bred on farms and like, you know, some gene specific, like served for like this one function, like on monocrop farms. So like, to kind of like get into that a little bit more, it's like they're hand picking and manipulating bees just to go get dropped off, get sprayed in poison, to live their whole lives on shipping containers, to just be dropped off at each farm. So it's like an average bee lives like 60 to 80 years. So like they might live over half their life like in a truck. You know,
what?
Just being
That's wild.
Transported around. A lot probably never go outside because like the way bees like work is like they evolve like into different roles. So
yeah,
you know, they don't leave the hive. They perform nursing like duties, like eating the other bees and stuff.
Yeah.
So like, it was just wild to me that, you know, like human beings, we've just take completely control of this whole species to do exactly what we want, to totally manipulate it in every way to just serve our function. And then you know, there's policies that just get overlooked because of our needs.
Yeah.
But they're not even needs, they're wants. It's like we want to have all the food. We want to have food out of season. We want it. It's like we don't need that.
Yeah.
You know, that's a different story.
Yeah. I mean, I think it shows the selfishness in a lot of people, especially nowadays. I mean, with just like you said, it's the wants, not the needs. You know, it's me. I gotta have it. I gotta have it right now. And it's, you know, I think kind of what you've been saying is a lot of people don't appreciate what it is that we have, right? Like you're saying, you're talking about the Amazon, you were talking about the bees. I think those things get overlooked in their natural purpose of it. And so we're not appreciating it for their face value of what they really are and what they do for us. And, you know, it's just like, oh, let's just tear it down. Let's just, you know, manipulate it for our own, you know, selfish gain, if you will, you know, without just being okay with them just existing and just like appreciate it before it's gone. Because then once it's gone, everybody's like, oh my gosh, like what happened? I don't understand. Where did all this stuff go?
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, we've been talking about it for years.
Right.
And you guys didn't appreciate Jack. And now it's gone. And now you're all boo-hoo about it. Well, stop being reactionary and be proactive about it.
Yeah, just educate yourself. Keep educating yourself. You know what I mean? That goes with everything else too. Because like a lot of people, like they see land and they're like, oh, you know, money eyes. You know what I mean?
Mine. And you're like, dude, relax, dude. Like you don't always have to have everything.
Well, we can put up mad apartment complexes here.
Yeah, it's bad.
Rather than just leaving it be, and
it just continues. It's never ending.
Yeah.
It seems right now, anyways. It's like they're trying to just. They see, they want, you know, there's no limit.
Yeah.
It's just keep expanding, you know. The bees, man, there's just so much about them. You know,
they're just trying to chill.
They are.
They're like, yo, we're just trying to do our own thing.
Yeah.
And one of them comes down flying.
Crispy gets.
Yo, really? I walked out my door. I did not do nothing. I literally walked out my door all happy. Stink, like, what the hell, dude? Uncalled for. Very uncalled for.
You intruded on the property.
Yeah, right.
Listen, I don't care if it was a hornet. I don't care if it was a bee. It was one of those little bastards. They bit me. They got me.
Listen, you were here. You were there second.
But yeah.
Think about it.
I know, but still.
He's like,
I don't care.
You know,
Respect me.
that is
Don't
one thing.
respect me. Just don't sting me in my hand and have my shit swollen for 3 days, dude.
That sucks, man. That really sucks.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get
I
you.
do. I think that's one thing though that like I think people do overlook though is like, you know, the bee man, the honeybee, the bumblebee, wasps, hornets, it's like they are all different and they do serve like different functions.
Yeah.
But like, you
That's
know,
cool. Just don't be stinging me in my hand
I
for no
know.
damn reason, bro. I have no problem with any of them because they stay over there, I stay over here. Yo, we got an alliance, bro.
Yeah.
All right? We got an agreement, dude. And then you had one little asshole that went rogue and stabbed my hand.
Jeez, man. That's how it is sometimes.
Yeah, hey, it's hard. It's a
probably a wasp, man. It was probably
Yeah.
a wasp, man.
don't loop them all into the same category.
Don't mess with them.
Yeah,
Don't mess with them. I don't like those.
yeah. It's just the bees. We just focus on the bee category. It's not the.
All pollinators are grouped in, but like yellow jackets, I don't really mess with them. Like they're invasive. They'll go in, they'll mess with the honeybees and like kill them and eat their food. So
They're ruthless.
Dang,
I don't
what?
mess with them.
No.
But
So what I know I'm like backtracking here, but like what brought like the grilled? You said there was like 200 people in line for grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Man, I love grilled cheese. I could eat a mean grilled
Oh,
cheese.
absolutely.
But like what about it
all right, so I guess
was
I
the
can get
grilled
to
cheese?
something.
No, you're good. We're diving. Listen, I got a good decent memory sometimes, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna poke some holes here.
So like in college, I loved going to festivals.
Yeah.
Just loved it. All about everything about it. But once upon a time, we got to talking to some of the food vendors there and learning about how much money they make at certain events, and that was just like a switch for me. Like like I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to be there.
Yeah.
So like, kind of just gravitated towards what I had experience in, which was food.
Yeah.
And dude,
Do what you love.
at the time and even today, like we just meet so many people like who never had honey grilled cheese or like honey.
I've
with
never had
cheese, honey with cheese, and it's like it's delicious.
I was gonna ask you that. Like, how did I mean, obviously, like I understand that bees have been incorporated into your life,
Yeah,
and obviously through college, the grilled cheese
yeah.
was a part of your life. But where did the idea come to be like, yo, I don't know about y'all, but I want to throw some honey on this grilled cheese and make it slap like crazy.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, it was already grilled cheese to save the trees.
Okay.
It was already that.
Okay.
And like, but it wasn't in existence. It was just like talking about it
Yeah.
and like trying to grow the idea of like, learn about Sister Dorothy. Like learn about the trees. Reforestation is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then it went to save the bees, and people were like, I know about the bees. Like, what's happening? Like, we need the bees. And I was like, okay, everyone wants to talk about that. So like that's really what it was. One day I was like, grilled cheese to save the trees is already what I want to do.
Yeah.
And then it was like, it should be to save the trees and the bees.
Yeah.
And then I was like, bees make honey.
Yeah.
It was literally the connection. It was already grilled cheese party.
Okay.
Doing cheese recipes, trying recipes. Then it was like, the bees. And then it was like, throw different types of honey on the sandwiches. And it was just, it was like.
There's a wrap after that.
Yes, sir.
That's dope.
Everybody loved it. So like.
Why have I never thought of that though? Like, so like instead of butter, you put honey on it, right? Oh yeah.
But on the inside, like every sandwich, both sides, it crystallizes in with the cheese.
Yeah.
The cheese sweet. We do like light ones. We do the sweet ones. We put the honey in all our foods.
Damn.
And it's good. Like honey is good for you.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So most people know, like local honey is good. All honey is good, but especially local.
Locals.
But especially raw local honey, not just like regular old store bought honey. It's not like that's not really good.
Like pure 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it actually tastes better too.
Like doing that stuff, like my wife's coworker, he gets like the super local stuff, and he'll take like a spoonful per day, and like it like completely blocks out like any allergies whatsoever.
Oh, okay, that's right for me then, because I'm always getting sick.
Like spoonful, he'll just literally just spoonful every single day. It's like like you hear people, what is it, vinegar or whatever, the vinegar and something else, whatever it is that they'll have. apple cider
Yeah.
vinegar. Thank you. You know, they'll do stuff like that. But he does the honey,
Yeah.
and he's like, clear throat, sinuses, everything,
Yeah.
just chilling, no allergies. I'm like,
Yeah, well, that's because, man, the bees, what are they doing? They're going to all those flowers, and you're basically microdosing on pollen with that honey. So,
yeah,
like, that's why, like, we tried to elevate it and include like a greater area where we kind of get honey from all around New England because we all travel, like, we all in different places. So, like, we created a business model where you could get honey from all over New England, in 1 year in like a subscription. So you'd be hitting all like the what they're called as hardiness zones. So those like represent the opportunity for plants to grow, humidity, temperature, and then so we were hitting all those zones. So in theory, you would be getting honey with pollen from all the plants. So you would be improving and boosting your natural immunity. So
yeah,
we were hyper focused on that for a while, especially like during COVID when everything shut down. We went straight honey because we couldn't do these. I mean,
yeah.
couldn't do food shops.
Do you guys work with like local farms and stuff?
yeah.
Like you guys have like,
Oh yeah,
would you say partnerships or whatever?
oh
But
yeah,
you're just working with, and that's how you're able to get all the different kinds
oh yeah.
and that's New England too, right? You said New England? Yeah.
Mass, New Hampshire, Rhode Island.
Yeah, because you're gonna, I would assume you're gonna have, yeah, because I was gonna say, I'm gonna assume that you're gonna have like just different, I don't want to say flavors or styles, but just like
100%.
based on the again, a lack of information from myself, ill-informed, the different climates in the different areas and stuff like that. So obviously it's gonna affect different things, differently, the processes.
It is. There's different plants everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So like it does taste different. Some taste super different. If you have like just of one area with an influx of a certain plant, like there's this Japanese knotwood that bees love.
Mhm.
So like one of my partners, shout out to John, Brothers Bees, he has this like these trees very close to him and they only bloom in a certain part of the year towards the end of the season. So for like a handful, maybe like less than 20 pounds of honey, like we get some black honey that like looks like that and tastes like maple syrup, but it's honey.
Yeah.
So like there's honey out there that's
Yeah.
anything you could imagine probably.
That's cool.
It is cool. It's really cool. So we do like the Topsfield Fair too, and they have like
That's a dope
all the
spot.
honey.
Mhm.
You can see it. I
Yeah.
don't think like some of them you can't taste them, but I mean I'm sure they all taste like different.
Yeah, that's cool
You
though.
can see
That's
the
cool though.
difference.
It's like like those people that are like wine connoisseurs or like I used to do like whiskey. I would try all these different kinds of whiskeys back when I was drinking, and just try like different stuff, different ones. And it's like, oh, you would think all whiskey tastes the same, but it's like, nah, the way it's
Oh.
the way it's the way it's brewed, the way it's I said where it's from, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like wine. It's very similar.
Mhm.
Where,
Yeah.
Where's the grapes growing?
Yeah.
When were they growing? How is the rain that year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It all really does affect when it grows. All of it too.
Yeah.
Same with these trees.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I can imagine.
It's heavy. They're heavily influenced.
Has like, not to sound corny or like on that directive, but like, and depending on what people actually believe, but obviously like temperatures and stuff are like getting hotter and stuff, like has that like really affected, just
I mean, what I can say is that, like, rain, like, I think everybody knows, like, maybe they don't notice, but, like, we're getting significantly less rain, which means plants aren't blooming at the right times, or they're not blooming at all. So, like, I don't know. I mean, to me, it's clear that, like, things are changing with the climate.
Yeah.
I think that,
Florida just got snow, bro. What do you
just
mean?
look at it.
Yeah, dude, like Arizona.
I mean, bro?
The world's on fire, guys.
I've got a lot of family in Arizona, and like Arizona was like 48 today.
Yeah. I think Texas just like got snow too. I mean,
Yeah.
they've gotten it before, but I mean, when you start to see it, yeah, yeah. But when you start to see it more frequently, you're like,
Something going on, yeah.
yeah,
Less rain, less snow.
Yeah, dude, less snow is
Way
crazy.
less.
Definitely.
I'm like, dude, I'm from New. I mean, we're all from New England, but it was just like, dude, like, where is the snow at? Like, I remember growing up, you'd get snow for Christmas. I've had snow hit in October.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
wow, crazy stuff like that. And then by like end of February, maybe it was like starting to clear up, and then you were getting into your spring rain type of stuff. Now it's like winter's in the middle of March and like
Yeah.
starting to clear up in April. You're like, wait, what is happening?
Yeah, it's real. It's definitely real. And the winter right now we're in a really cold winter too.
Dude, it
It's
brick outside.
it's all it all affects them.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
when it's this cold, it's harder for them to keep warm. I
Mm.
briefly touched on it earlier, but they're not hibernating in there. They're sustaining. They're eating and vibrating, and that's how they stay warm. Like they keep homeostasis in there at all times. All
Yeah.
times, it's their perfect temp. They're doing it, whether they're fanning out the heat or keeping it in the hot. So,
Mm.
like, they're working.
Just self-sustaining.
Yeah. So like they're eating more now. They're working harder. So like the colder it gets.
Yeah, because you gotta work harder to burn, to heat yourself up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. You learn something new every day, right?
Sometimes.
Listen, I'm getting informed. I'm getting informed here, man. I'm gonna start.
Today, a lot of people are hopefully learning a lot of things.
Yeah,
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I'm ready
Yeah,
to.
I
I'm ready
am.
to start supporting even more. I mean, I've been trying to like eat healthier and stuff too, and just support the right things, and support local. Absolutely,
That's what we're always pushing.
for sure. Yeah.
We get our honey local, we get our meats local, we get our breads local. We don't have a local cheese person right now.
Mm.
We go through a lot of cheese, but
I
our
get it.
specialty
Yeah.
cheese got from New York.
Okay.
Yancey's Fancy, they're out of business now though. They didn't make it out of the pandemic.
Dang.
But whoever bought their company, we get the cheese from them now.
Yeah. So you get it shipped out.
Yeah, we've always had it shipped. Like
Okay.
we've always had the buffalo wing cheddar shipped from Yancey's, and then
Oh, that sounds fire.
buffalo wing cheddar cheese, a nice honey, dude.
Oh,
We got that.
Mm.
Support local.
Yeah, absolutely. So how did you guys go from a business standpoint? Because this was one thing because like obviously like me being a business as well with like clothing and other stuff. It's like, how did you get from, especially like the food truck, like starting from just like grilled cheese to, owning your own food truck, getting all the branding, like for people that are, maybe starting a new business,
Yeah.
like how do you, because like to me, not to cut you off and like go on a rant, but it's like, again, when like starting companies and stuff, like in my brain, the way my brain works, all I hear is like dollar signs, and I'm like, like, where do I go? But I feel like it's not. I mean, money is a part of it, of course, but like I feel like it's not all
I'm not gonna ignore that. It is. You need
all
money.
dollar signs.
You need money.
Yeah.
And, like initially, we didn't need a lot to, like you're saying. We had a little 10 by 10, a Blackstone griddle top, freezer we got off Craigslist for free. Like stuff like that. We did have a truck. It was like that was our big initial investment. Was like a 15-foot box truck. It was like $3,300.
Mm.
Thing lasted us. I mean, we had to put money in it.
Yeah.
Down, but I would say like about 5,000-7,000. Which it is a lot of money, especially when you're starting out. But yeah, I mean, I've always worked. We had a little help too.
Yeah.
My dad helped us a little bit get that first truck. But I think there is there were the big jump for us. We had a lot of big jumps. I think the first one for us was like when we got it was the unofficial contract for like, House of Blues Boston. We were doing all the food for all the concerts and shows.
Word.
So like that was like our first recognition, like because we've won first place for food stuff, and you've been around, but that was like our first like bigger opportunity. like consistent opportunity.
Yeah, right.
So, like, after that, we just kind of had proof of concept, which I think that's what a lot of businesses need,
Hmm.
is some type of uh, assurance
Yeah,
to themselves, like, or maybe it's financial, maybe it's a connection made.
yeah, for
You know,
sure.
so, like, we had a couple of those where, when I started making those connections, people around me were like, "Yo, what's going on? Like, how can I get involved?" So,
Right.
we had some investors at that point,
Nice.
mostly friends. And, to be honest, they got their money from like Bitcoin. So, like, that was our first jump was making connections with people, becoming legitimate, having like, awards, being around, you know, the right environments.
Yeah,
And then
for
we
sure.
found people who were willing to invest in us. And yeah, I feel like it is a lot of money to do anything. Um,
For sure.
so taxes is crazy.
Yeah, I can
Taxes
imagine.
is crazy. But
But you show your value, and it's, I mean, especially what you guys do, it's definitely unique in its own, and I think people definitely recognize that too. It's like, oh, this is not just like your, and then again, not to knock any run of the mill type of thing, but it's like, this is kind of like one of those head turners. You're like bees, even like the logo and stuff that you guys have, like you're like, huh, like what is that about? It like really gets people interested. And then when you talk about, supporting bees and trees and human beings, it's, people start to like pipe up and be like, yo, yeah, you're just
that's
like,
what
what's
it
up?
was about. Initially it was about creating that interest,
Hmm.
that hype. And like I said, we just got that reassurances of, like, food is great.
Oh,
The mission is great.
mhm.
It's like, we support you guys. So, like,
I mean, you got a good catch too, because I mean, I'll speak for myself, but I know food catches everybody. You can reel everybody in with food. So it's like you already have like your hook of like, hey, yeah, you're like, hey, I make grilled cheese. Yo, for real? Like most people are maybe, you know, and then you're like, and then we do all of these other things. You're like, oh man, that's like actually like that's what hooked me in too. Like especially when we were having the conversation at the MOCG show, and doing that stuff. I was like, yo, that's actually pretty cool. Oh, word. Oh, okay, cool. And that's what got me invested into it. I was like, yo, word.
heck yeah, man. It is cool. I think, like, something else that was big for me was to have like a business that wasn't just about making money, but that was more of a personal, like, I don't know, like, I was always hustling my whole life, making money, and
Hmm.
like, I was a paper boy from second grade, like, you know
Mm.
what I mean? Like, I
Hmm.
was always working throughout high school and college, like doing jobs whenever I could, doing whatever I could.
Yeah,
So, like, to me, it just made sense.
yeah, for sure. That's cool, man. For real. So you guys, because obviously like we met at the MoCG night, and you guys were doing some media stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is that the other side of what you guys typically do, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
interviews
I don't know
and?
if Mike wants to come over here, if he wants to stay over there.
We got a free mic for it, yeah.
Fat Mike's coming over. Our creative director.
Welcome,
So,
welcome, welcome.
business partner
Thank you,
Nick.
gents. Thank you.
Nick couldn't be here tonight, but our creative director, Fat Mike's here.
Yeah.
Nick wasn't there at MoCG,
No.
right? Okay.
So
I was like, I want to make sure that I'm not missing people, because I'm.
Yeah.
Nick does a lot of other stuff too. Like, he's trying to do this new project, new expansion,
Okay.
which I'm not gonna get into right now.
Yeah, that's fair. Fair.
But he was supposed to come, but he had to go do that. Anyways,
That's-
Mike's here, and he's number 3. So
Number 3.
basically, like, he's, ever since he's literally the third part of the business now. So, like, now that
Nice.
we're an organization with Mike, we can do stuff that Mike's great at. And Mike's great at audio and video, and he's has a lot of success with that. He's also great at a million other things.
Mhm.
That being said, he has a lot of professional expertise in audio, in video, and now that he's here, it's like I want people around us who are utilizing their talents to help us grow.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, Mike's always been a homie, always been trying to get him involved. Never was the right time. And yeah, I don't know if you want to do a brief.
And I cook the best grilled cheeses too.
You said you
I
cook
believe
the
it.
best.
I am the best grilled cheese griller.
Okay.
That's bold statement.
I thought I was pretty damn good too, but
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so friggin', you know, he finally joined up after all this time. Me trying to get him to quit his job. Yeah, you know, I think it really did take COVID. They wouldn't know more.
I had to get laid off from everything.
Literally.
To commit to working with us. Yeah, you guys have seen it. You guys have seen the video.
Yeah.
The audio. You guys haven't heard a lot of the other audio because, like, you know, it's like all the places, but you know, he's good. He's a great audio engineer and producer, and we have a lot of dope tracks. So like that's like a whole nother layer that's kind of unveiling now that finally got him. It's like I finally got my producer. You know, I grew up a rapper. I've always been a rapper. I spit facts at people.
Yeah.
Whole life, like, but it's mostly B facts and life and like stuff like that. Now that he's here, we're really taking on that next level of how can we, like, we've shown success with the truck and food. We're like showing continued success. Now we're trying to elevate that to more people.
Yeah, for sure.
And I know we can do it because we have the team. And shout out to Max. He's out there too. He's watching us. He edits our videos. He's number 4. And, you know, he's in Texas. You know, he used to be around.
Word.
But we don't see him as much. But he's remote. He's helping out. And, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, basically, we're just trying to, you know, get a bunch of media going because everything nowadays is social media.
Yeah.
It's all on the internet.
Right.
Like everybody has to be pushing content constantly. So, you know, we've been getting the wheels moving on that train and trying to figure out what works for us and like what kind of formats we want to do. You know, where we want to publish stuff, which is basically everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been trying to figure all that stuff out, but it's been coming along pretty good so far. So we're pretty happy with what we've been coming up with.
that's sick.
Yeah. I like what you guys have been putting out too. Like obviously I saw the video that you guys put together for us. You know, at least my part that I saw for my interview, I was like, that it's such a cool and unique way of putting it together. You know, it's very different than what you see, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you know, it's just the vibe that it came off, you know what I mean? Like it was just a vibe, the way it was presented. It's very, at least on my, you know, feeds and what I see on other things, it's like it had its own unique style to it that was just different. And I was like, I just want to, I know it's about me, but like I want to keep watching it. Normally I don't like to watch stuff about myself, like we talked about earlier. Like I don't like to toot my own horn, you know, like even people send me performances that, you know, they'll videotape my performances, like I'll just share it. I won't really watch it. It's not out of disrespect for them. I pray that they don't feel disrespected by it, but it's like I don't like to watch myself perform, you know what I mean? Like I lived it, I did it, you know. I feel like, again, me personally, like, you know, watching it back, it's like, you know, watching yourself. Well, it is watching yourself, but in that, like, what's the word, like, I guess you could say egotistical way of doing it. Again, I'm not saying that anybody that watches themselves do it is egotistical, but you get what I'm saying. Me personally, but again, like, it was one of those things, me being who I am, like, I still wanted to keep watching because I was like, oh, this is cool. And then just the incorporation of everybody too, like it, you know, it had my name on there, but it's like we're also a team, MOCG.
Yeah.
You're talking about that. You're talking about how it takes a community and a team. You know?
It gives that visual too.
You need to.
Yeah.
People need the visual.
Because if you just have it, you and I just standing there and talking, yeah, you can have a cool interview, but when you add those pieces into it, you're like, oh, okay, I can see what it is that they're talking about.
Yeah. Gotta get that B-roll.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that was super dope. Super dope. And then the video you guys just showed us earlier, you know, again, super cool. Like, again, a unique way of doing it, because like there was a mix of music and then advertising and just a compilation of different things. So like, again, we all know, just the average listener and everything else, their attention span is so short. So it's like, once they start maybe fading off of, the advertisement piece, and it's like, yo, now I'm about to rap for a second for you. And then it's like, oh, okay.
Oh, wait, I'm gonna stick around for a little bit more.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, wait, now I'm hooked back in. Yeah, now you're in the B suit. Oh, wait, now I'm hooked back in again. And then it's like, okay, now the song is almost over. And then like we're back into the promo stuff. It's like, oh, okay, like I'm going on for a little ride here. It isn't just straight across the board type of stuff that you see it. I love the creativity that you guys structure into it and put into it. It's cool. It's really cool. It's captive. It captures.
Yeah, try to keep it like a sense of humor and all this stuff too, and make it dope. But I mean, I like to joke around, so keep it somewhat light in some of the stuff.
Yeah, you gotta have fun with it.
Yeah.
But it's being yourselves, and it's like it's letting that show in your work.
You basically hit it right on the head for me. I tell my business partner and him when he joined, like that, like I'm trying to bring as much as me back and into the business as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So like myself having fun, like because like I guess we didn't really talk about like how much hard work, we didn't make a lot of money for a long time. Like we failed a lot of times. The first event we ever had, tornado, hail.
Wait,
oh wow!
All our stuff in Pennsylvania, like all new stuff, and silly us have it all outside. Tornado touches down like 6 miles away. Hail the size of golf balls through our tables, through our tent, washing away all our paper goods. Like that's day one for us. Like,
dang.
Like, never mind like the next 5 years, and it's like. And those 5 years was all struggle, like trying to figure out places to go, how to do permits, how to supply, how to do all of it, how to find people to work for you. Like it's even like it's, I'm not gonna say I didn't have a place to live, but like I did live in my truck because I loved traveling around and I was out so much. It's like that was fun to me. But like,
but that's what separates people who are really into it. You know what I mean? Like some people, like even after that first hailstorm and tornado and everything else, would have been like, yeah, I'm all set. Yeah. Let's pack up. Let's go home. Let's find a new career. Let's do something else.
True.
But it's like, it shows how it's definitely a testimony to just how perseverance can really work.
Oh yeah,
and that it does work.
Anything you do, the more you do it, the better you get.
If something drives you, you're always gonna find a way.
Yeah,
always. You could lose your house. Worst case, God forbid, and you keep going because, like, what else do you have? You know what I mean?
Right. And then 5 years down the road, you have a new house, type of thing, and then you're like, yo, man, I remember when I didn't have this house, and it's cool. I remember when there was a golf ball size through this table. Yeah. Now we got stainless steel tables, indestructible.
Yeah. And there's no worse feeling than like if you stop, like then you'll just like regret it. You'll be like, holy crap, I should have done this. You know what I mean? I could have just kept going.
What could have been?
Yeah.
What could have been? That's why I keep going. As much all the struggles with like music or even the clothing, but I'm also learning too. Like some things just take a little bit more time, and you can't really put a time limit on it. Like, especially when we talk about music all the time, we talk about like 2 Chainz is like, he started blowing up at like 40 something.
Yeah.
The whole rebrand and everything. And for me, that was just a perspective shift of just like, dude, just keep going. Like, you'll figure it out. And then obviously I've made changes. So like when you make changes, there's things that you have to adjust, and there's, maybe you dip down a little bit but you can get back up. Just trust the dip so that you can get back up, type of thing.
Yeah. And if you really enjoy it, it's not wasted time,
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
You got it.
And that's what
and like you never work a day in your life pretty much.
Yep.
It doesn't feel like work.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like, yeah, of course, yeah.
Sweating in a hot box.
But no, it makes you want to go to work. It makes me want to.
Yeah.
It makes me want to continue.
Mm-hmm.
I think like that's really important for anyone who wants to start their own business. You got to really, really want it.
Mhm.
Nothing happens right away.
Yeah, and like you said, putting yourself into it. If you keep that piece out like that, I mean, that's been something that I've been talking about recently as far as what I've been trying to do. There was definitely a period in creating music where I was like trying to conform to certain things of just what was trending and trying to like get myself out there by doing what like not what everybody else was doing, but like doing what everybody else was doing.
And like your own twist.
Yeah, with my own twist, and I was like, dude, like stop, like just like again, it's starting to feel like work and not just Jade making music. Like if you want to hop on a sad song, hop on a sad song. Like don't worry about if it's not the trending thing right now and everybody's jumping up in the club and doing stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
keep doing what you do because you know that there's a market for that and there are people that listen to that stuff. When
Right.
you change, then you lose your original market. So just keep doing what it is that you're doing and relax.
Right.
100%.
And relax.
It's like, okay, do I like this song? Yeah. You know, is it hot right now? No. But it's me. You know?
Yeah, I would rather it be me and not blow up than not be me and blow up.
You gotta stay true.
Yeah.
You know, and I think especially with music, it's at least for me, you know, it's always been a release. You know, there's something inside of me that I need to release, and I put it on the track, or I make a music about it. So like for me, I'm already getting that like success. You know, it's out of me, it's out. So like you know, and then like for when I really get into songs that I like, I just listen to them and listen to them, and then it helps me kind of like create that space for that emotion or that experience. And so like you know, there's a lot of ways to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially with music and you know business too. You know what you
Yeah.
are setting your goals as, what you're setting, you know, yourself up for. You know, that is you know all those little what are they called like those things like you know set yourself up for success. You know those little
Oh, the little
Like slogans.
yeah,
Yeah.
whatever you will call them. They have some type of word.
Oh, I know.
Inspirational
Mottos. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget the word.
I know it's
You know,
affirmations.
those
Uh.
is like you know but they're just true. Those I can't think of the word right now.
Yeah, it's like
You know?
affirmations or yeah, mantras or whatever. Yeah.
You know,
I get where you're going.
you know, it's like it's just so true. You know, it's like stay true to yourself, set yourself up for success.
Yeah, it's like undeniable
Yeah.
quotes and stuff. Yeah.
Right.
It's true.
Yeah, it's like the undeniable quotes. Like like I can't compete in trying to prove this wrong. Like it's real. It's true. It's happened. Like just follow it. Yeah, yeah.
Man, I can't stop thinking about those grilled cheeses, man. I've been wanting to try
Like,
that
yo.
for a lot. Like I've seen your reels. I've told you.
Yes. Oh my god. Like yo. I was like, I gotta try grilled cheese.
Where next you gonna be?
Dude, it's funny because we're not doing a lot right now. Obviously, it's freezing, but like
Yeah.
tomorrow we have 2 events, but they're like both private events.
Mm.
Like one's at a college at Bentley College, and then the other one is just like in Chelmsford actually,
Oh, word.
like a prosthetics, and like
Huh.
open house for some doctors, something like that.
That's cool.
South Bronx?
That's cool.
You know, we do like tons of private events, and like we do charities and fundraisers and stuff, and it's you know I'm gonna be honest, like all this time we've been working, really just the past year or two, like not even full 2 years, have we, in my opinion, started to like achieve like success. So like it's always been hard work and stress until really just like the past couple of years, like and not even full 2 years, like I still get stressed, but like you
Yeah.
know, like 10 years of working and committing, you know, it'll be 10 years after this year.
Yeah. Damn.
You know, we're gonna crush this year.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, you know, we got interns. I've got programs at my alum, Emmanuel. They're doing like case studies. I got 3 classes working on these like extensive projects for us. Intern was gonna come. Shout out to Owen, but he just couldn't make it. It was like a last minute thing. My business partner, he dipped, and I was like, oh, you want to come? But
Yeah.
it didn't work out. But we've got all these sweet projects going. One that I do want to touch on that we're about to launch. It's going to be called Free Lunch. So like people who have local businesses as well as like who parties and stuff who just like might not have the money. Like I'm starting this program where people can submit for their events, and like once a month in the summer we're gonna start raffling off like free like catered lunches where we come
Word.
and we do cool videos and we just make like this experience. It's gonna be called Free Lunch. So like keep that keep that in your brain.
For sure. What are your Fridays in March look like?
Fridays in March,
Like maybe like late evenings.
Like I feel like friggin' I think Curry College just hit us up for something like one Friday, and then,
Okay.
Dude, it's slow.
Okay. We'll talk. We'll talk. I have a proposal idea.
Let me know. I'm down to
I
collaborate.
got you. It has to do with my job, but
Just let me know.
I think it'd be cool.
Yeah. Either way, we'll get you some cheeses this summer. At least.
Different.
At least.
Oh yeah.
I want to collaborate with the collective. I know you guys
Yeah.
have some type of festival too.
Yep.
Yep.
MOCG Fest, yeah.
Dude, that'd be cool having
they
food
yeah.
truck at the yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
As long as like dates align, like I don't.
Yeah.
You guys do that, but
Usually sometime in August.
Yeah, it's usually August.
Mhm.
Busiest month, but like if we're not doing anything, or if I can swing like an appearance,
Yeah.
I can come through for that.
Yeah, of course.
But either way, like I'm trying to do a bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah.
This is just like the first. Well, Panucci's was the first introduction with all y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, this is step 2.
So
But,
just the
step
beginning.
3 is more collaborating. Doing more events together.
Definitely.
And then, you guys will definitely get the cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, because I want to get back to also doing like Right Mind shows. So like performance shows. We've done a couple already. Like we'll invite artists that have been on the show and they'll come perform, kind of just like unite together type of deal, and do something like that. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
I'll perform some unreleased stuff.
Do the whole thing. We'll do the whole thing.
Too, but
Yeah, do like a little. Yeah.
Where do you do those shows usually?
I was doing them originally at the Jungle in
Somerville.
Somerville.
Mm-hmm.
I will probably change locations. I'm looking for a new spot. I had a spot.
We can talk more about that.
Yeah.
You heard of Spontaneous Celebrations? Is that what they're Spontaneous?
No.
Jamaica Plain.
Mm.
They're cool with us. They work with one of our communities.
Okay.
They just do cool stuff, and I think they're always looking for people to host, and they wanted to collab more. So
Okay.
that was the first, thought.
Yeah.
They're cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Celebration's cool too.
For sure. Yeah, because I usually do like we'll usually do like 5 artists, keep it small so you guys get like a good set time. It isn't just like an in and out type of thing. And then what I wanted to add was, maybe like a podcast, like kind of section beforehand where we're like, kind of like what we did at Panucci's, where you guys were like interviewing people, just kind of talking.
Before and after.
We'll kind of put that together as like a kind of special feature, podcast that we do. We'll drop it, as normal, but, a little bit outside of the realm of just sitting on the couch and.
See, what you're saying is like so what we've done in the past. Still not released. We have I don't even know how many terabytes of footage we have.
I believe it.
I don't know, 20.
No, not 20 terabytes. Maybe a terabyte.
I know 20 is crazy.
No, it's probably okay. Oh, that is no, it's
8.
Yeah.
8 to 12. Okay, so that's one project. That's none of the projects you guys have seen.
Yeah.
So we probably have.
Yeah, it was shot on a super nice Sony with huge files. That's why.
Whatever.
But yeah.
We have lots of files. We need to work on. That's just one of them. But
yeah, we have hours and hours of footage for sure right now. Yeah, in the bank.
That's my train of thought, but it was basically watch parties. So like we want to come through to events, do everything you're describing, set the scene, add our element, and then do like watch parties on Twitch where we like read the videos, and it's just like a premiere where people can collab, and it's like another element. Like I'm really trying to not just do Twitch, but get online with everything we do. And just build more of an online community. So like we're trying to find all these different ways to engage, and I think the watch parties is one way that anyone can kind of like be a part of. Whether it's live streamed there, like this experience is right now, or it's after where we make like the cuts and we make a sweet video, whatever, longer, however long form it is, just depends on what we're doing. But it's I think it's like a really great idea.
Yeah, that's amazing. It just creates the experience. You know what I mean? Like both like in person and like whoever like can't make it or whatever, or like if they live like too far, like they can still be a part of it that way.
Because ideally we're all there. Even if it is the watch party, everyone who's performing, everyone who's included in the community, we're gonna all engage online and still be like, doing cool stuff.
Be a part of it. Yeah, and then when you drop it, like you could do like different ones where you could maybe have like, obviously everybody sees like the main show, but then when you drop it, you could have like, the behind the scenes stuff. I'm sure you guys have thought of all of this, but I'm
absolutely
speaking it into the air. The behind the scenes, or like what happened before the show, or
we did that on the way here.
Word. Oh, you didn't see it live, but some dude tripped on his way walking up to the stage, type of thing. You didn't see that. You just saw. Yeah.
We haven't even got that far. We just got the raw to the files.
Yeah. A lot of editing.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get better at too. Like having just film in the studio and stuff like that, just so people like see the process and stuff like that.
I mean, it feels like you got to film everything.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing I was talking. Oh, I was talking with you, but I was like, I know I was talking to somebody, but again, it was this dude. But it's like, as far as like branding is like really showcasing people who you are, and like really like getting people to understand who you are. Like I told him, and I've said a bunch of times, it's like artists that I like, seeing who they are is what's drawn my attention to them. Yeah. More than just me hearing their music per se.
Yeah.
So like when you're in those studio moments, like not necessarily just the like me recording and rapping in front of a microphone, but like me just like vibing to the song, and then like I fall out of my chair or something. You know what I mean? Or just like the producer says something. Real loud. The producer says something funny, whatever it, makes a joke or something. That's like stuff you can see. And then it's like, oh, okay, it's like a real person. Like it isn't just like, some person that is just solely focused on work and just trying to put out songs for me to listen so he can get my money from me. But it's like, oh no, this is like a genuine down to earth. He's actually a human being.
Yeah.
And then when you blow up, you have all that great footage for your documentary.
Exactly. Exactly. I know I was in a studio session and my producer's kind of on the same wavelength of like, oh, like I need to start like, just filming stuff because I always miss stuff. And then we were having a conversation. He's like, yo, I hope that conversation is somewhere in some of the footage that I took because it was hilarious. I'm like, yeah, I hope so too. Yeah.
Yeah, but let us know. Everyone let us know. I mean, I'd like to get in the studio with like all you guys at least once with Mike.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like, whatever verse, some freestyles. We'll see if we can make something cool. Just to get some what you're saying, so we can add that to like everyone's like profile that we already got, like the interview, and like we can just get some more cool stuff.
Yeah.
So eventually we're all gonna do something really cool.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's just a longer form documentary about you guys and us and collaborating, or it's like individual projects with everybody, whoever wants to collaborate. But this is really just an invitation. Like we're here, we're trying to collab, trying to make dope stuff, which for us is fun. And so like just let's go.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I'm in.
Nice.
Like, come on. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys could probably pull something like what you guys did with Sturgis too. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like Sturgis is from Connecticut. Shout out to Sturgis. He was just a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
came up just a couple. He came up for like a weekend, and he was just at MOCG Studios, and they just like ran through the studio. and just like songs, working on tracks and stuff. Like whoever could pop in,
sleeping in the studio.
Yeah.
Slept in the studio.
Damn.
Yeah, it's at Just for Kicks. It's Just for Kicks takes care of it. It's right in Londonderry. I'm not gonna shout out the actual address for
don't do that. Don't do that.
But it's home owned. You know what I mean? Like it's our, it's ours. Type of deal. But
He was gonna get me over there.
but
I
yeah,
haven't followed up like in a month, but
yeah,
maybe he will.
yeah. But we could set something up like that where it's just like, hey, you're gonna pop up for. I mean, I don't know how far Bedford is from Londonderry, but
20 minutes.
yeah, it's like 20 from here. So
It's literally probably 15, 20 from me. I
Yeah.
drive right by there.
word.
It's about 25 from me.
Gotcha.
I mean, here to drink it.
Okay.
Like down the road.
Oh,
You
word.
know what I mean? Like, that's
Okay.
how close Manchester Bedford is.
Yeah.
Manchester, Bedford, and
Word.
Londonderry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we could set something like just like that. Like, hey,
Now,
you pop in.
we're open. We've got this double tomorrow. Got like a couple events in March, but like I'm starting to launch the free lunch program and like drop off catering. So like we're about to get more busy because like we can't be working in this cold. So like I've been trying
Feel
to
bad.
get this program launched for a while, and I think we're gonna do like our first event at the end of the month at that place. So we'll see kind of how it goes. Yeah.
So I gotta ask, since it was like timing and everything, because you mentioned it before. The water.
You told me to bring it up, so
I will bring it up.
All the guys give me crap because I haul around this 1 gallon jug with me and that thing every day. It's like a liter and a half.
Crispy grip.
But yeah.
The first knockout on the podcast.
No, I think that's a fucking wall.
So that's a gallon. Where did you get that, by the way? Because
Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get.
I work there.
You work there?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I'm trying to get a gallon. That's why.
It's like $30 or something. But I keep all my water in glass jars at the crib, so I was
Okay.
putting like glass jars in a backpack, basically, like going out. And then I was like, I can't be doing that. So I was like, all right, we gotta get the insulated John here. But yeah, so basically, at this point, for like the last almost 2 years, or maybe more than 2 years, I basically switched and I just only drink distilled water.
Okay.
But I have an electrolyzer, which infuses the water with Brown's gas. Brown's gas is part hydrogen, part oxygen, and I don't know the like technical term, but the guy who invented the machine I use calls it electrically expanded water, which is basically like a plasma version of water.
Okay.
And all that is to say that it basically infuses your water with electrons, a lot of electrons that you can actually absorb.
Okay.
So
Following.
hydrogen is an element that's essential for all our cells. Like, all of us have hydrogen all the time. And generally, the way your body creates its own hydrogen is through digestion of food. Okay. But what's been going on in the modern age is we're all subject to antibiotics all the time, whether it's directly or through the foods we eat or pesticides, or basically our guts are just not natural anymore.
Right, all the stuff that they put in the different foods and all that fun.
Yeah. And it just kills all the good bacteria that you're supposed to have in your gut.
Yeah.
And that's where you would normally be making hydrogen. So basically, most people are hydrogen deficient if they're not supplementing it in some way. So
you're saying this water's trash?
I mean,
So
I mean, drink the best water you can. That's what I would say. I mean, whatever. We all got to drink water. Drink water. Drinking any water is better than not drinking any water.
Yeah.
I didn't drink water.
Yeah.
I didn't drink water for most of my life until like, pretty recently. And then I'm like, all right, I got to drink water.
Yeah.
I would drink that much in coffee every day. So
that's fair. That sounds about right.
But yeah, so the shout out to George Wiseman, AquaCure.
Okay.
Eagle-research.com. Check it out. I implore you. I'm not telling people what to do, but check it out. Do your own research.
Be healthy.
The machine can infuse water, but you can also inhale the Brown's gas directly through cannulas, like you might with, see people hooked up on oxygen or something. It's
Okay.
kind of like that as a therapy. And like in Asia, hydrogen bars are a thing. Like you can go in there, you can take a bath in water that's being actively infused.
Oh, that's pretty
with
cool.
the hydrogen bubbles, or they have the same thing where like you hook up to cannulas. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And recently, hydrogen infused water has been getting a little bit more media presence, like whatever the health guys on Joe Rogan and stuff. Like people are talking about it.
Yeah.
There's different things, like you can get bottles that do it. Like the thing I'm talking about is like it's not super huge, but it's a tabletop machine. Like you're not,
like your Keurig size or the espresso machine size type of deal.
Yeah. I mean,
to give perspective, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's like it's smaller than a microwave. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
it's not that big, but you're not taking it with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
the other thing about hydrogen infused water is it doesn't last. The hydrogen content in it. So, for example, with a bottle about this size, I would, for a liter basically, you would infuse it for 10 minutes and then it's fully infused, like 100% saturated. But, with a pretty steep curve, it drops off. So by 24 hours, it's just regular water at that point. You're not getting the benefits of the hydrogen.
Gotcha.
So like I've seen some people recently like have canned waters that say hydrogen infused.
Yeah.
And to me, I think that's a scam.
Yeah, you're full of it.
Because if you want to keep hydrogen, like they do it, you can get tanks of hydrogen.
Yeah.
But it's highly flammable and like under pressure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the famous Led Zeppelin album cover, like the Hindenburg, that was full of hydrogen. So it's a flammable gas. But so yeah, stuff like that. So whatever. That's what it is. But I've found a lot of benefit from it.
Yeah.
Like if you drink, like that's all I drink now. But if you drink it regularly, if you're doing the inhalation, like little aches, pains, things that you might not have even noticed, all of a sudden they go away. Your teeth feel better, whiter.
Yeah.
Just everything, man. It helps everything. And basically your body will tell the hydrogen where it needs to go first as far as healing any type of ailment or anything you got going on with you. So, check it out, hydrogen water. George Wiseman, Aquacare.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's different, but these guys give me crap all the time.
But you guys are all about different, and that's cool. That's what's cool. Again, like how many people, how people are like, oh, let's go talk about bees and trees and human beings. And I say that as a good thing. It needs to be brought up because obviously it affects everybody, and it's cool that people are standing up for the things that need to be stood up for instead of the foolish things that people stand up for nowadays. Useless things, you know what I mean? It's like, do we really need to stand up for this, or can we just sit down and be cool? So
we're gonna continue to toe that line.
Keep doing it, man. Keep doing it, man. For real.
I think that I think we're gonna just see more and more, at least for us, just more of our personalities getting out there and seeing how, like, we're here to have fun.
Yeah.
We're here to have fun. We're here to spread the good word.
Amen.
And, I think it's gonna be a great year for us.
For sure, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that.
And
Love that for you.
It's already a really good start,
Yeah.
It's already a very good start.
Exactly. Just good.
so much in the works. Like, I couldn't spend another hour
Just talking about all that.
we're working on, but,
Yeah.
I think the funnest ones have yet to be started.
Experienced.
Experienced or started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything we already have is going to be sweet. I know that collaboration with people with mutually aligned goals,
It's important.
where the real stuff happens, and we're always trying to collab. So
Yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely get that. Get that pushing for sure.
see what happens.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got y'all. We got y'all for real.
We just finally have our time, man.
Yeah.
Like I have the time. We have the time, and it's just I feel like that's all it takes, the time and commitment. So
Take advantage of it while you
I
can.
know,
You know, while you can.
it's about to be gone.
Yeah.
It's like already came and went. The the slow part.
Yeah.
Slow part happened. Now it's getting busy. February is going to be getting a little busier, and then progressively until no time to do anything.
Yeah. Just keep pushing.
Because we get busy.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. That's dope, man. I really appreciate you guys taking the time.
Thank you, guys.
Coming out here.
Of course, yeah.
Trying something new.
Yeah, what's
This
it?
is-
Like I feel like we still we do music. Like he's like it's quiet. Like I mean I told you he's a sleeper. Like he did do opening ceremony for the World Series. Okay, he's also a sweet audio engineer. It's kind of hard to like downplay it unless you're like tuned into like real mixes and mastering and like production. But like, we're music guys. It's just like
Yeah.
like everybody always says like my job. It's like that's what we've been talking about. Like that's been my job. Like it's to just figure out how to make a living.
Yeah.
But like we're music guys. So like, it's cool because that's always been my dream is to come at all artists and all collaborators from like a mutual understanding. So like I think it's just for me it's really cool now to have like this time and space to bring myself into my business and to like focus on sweet projects.
Yeah. Fuse it all together into what you're already doing, what you already love.
By the way. You guys
Wax
didn't know
Tesseract.
my rap name. It's Wax Tesseract.
Okay.
Big fan.
Big
Right.
fan. Why Wax Tesseract? I mean,
A lot of
I'm
reasons.
kind of assuming the Tesseract, but
A lot of reasons, but it's funny enough. Like I was just spitting some wild freeze one day, like in college, and it just came about. You know, the name really did just like somebody was like, "Yo, Andy, shout out Andy, Compre, Andy, shout out Andy."
I don't know, Andy.
What an intellectual guy he is. He's like in some other country, decided all of a sudden he was going to be a coder. But he's such an amazing artist and poet. And, we were collaborating and it just kind of came about. He's like, yo, man, like, you're Wax Tesseract, Joe. Like, that's who you are. Because, like, at the time, I didn't have, like, a name like that. Like,
Yeah.
I was just going by, like, fun stuff and, like, having fun. And I was always saying I was going to take it more seriously. And, like, he was like, yo, dude, take it more seriously. Like, you're good. Like, you're Wax Tesseract. And I was like, you know what, I am. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I've always been like that into, like, all that type of stuff, So, like, obviously wax, all forms of it. But honey as well, honeycomb wax, and, like, tesseract. The fourth dimensional cube, man.
Yeah.
The idea of the shadow, it exists because you see it, but it only exists because, you know about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist anywhere else. You see it's there. So, I like to say, like, I'm breaching that barrier with wax. I'm breaching the fourth dimension. I'm incorporating the idea of, solid, imaginary, and like kind of bringing it to like this dimension.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah.
I'm a super spiritual guy, and I think kind of just all made sense.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's cool, man. Listen, I'd like to learn about stuff like that. See behind. I mean, you guys learned who J Faith was. I got to see who Wax Tesseract is.
Oh, man. Wait till you hear. Wait till you hear my raps.
Yeah. Well, now that I know,
There he is.
now that I know the stage name, I can.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of music out there, but
It's all right.
we had some out. We took it down. We got to put it back out. We can pay that bill.
I feel that. I understand
We
that.
gotta release more because we just want to
Yeah.
stay on top of it. Like we've talked about all this stuff.
Yeah.
Music has always been more of a us thing. I would say having fun is just seeing what we can do, just create.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have so much music. I'm not gonna say we have 10 terabytes of music.
No.
That would be a lot of music.
Audio files are way smaller.
Yeah. I was gonna say that'd be a crazy amount of music.
We definitely have a lot.
That'd be a crazy amount.
We still definitely have a lot, I would say.
Yeah. Do you just do production, or do you rap? Like, I don't want to say rap, but
No, I don't rap, but I grew up playing guitar like from 6th grade on, and then senior year of high school, I was debating on whether or not to try and go to like a music school.
yeah.
And I was like, I don't know, that sounds silly. Like everyone drops out. And so I was like, oh, let me get a technical degree because, you know, I was playing in bands at the time, and, you know, the band I had, we like wanted to record ourselves. So, you know, you start trying to figure out how to do that.
Yep.
And, you know, back then it was like Adobe Audition, like the free,
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah.
You know, trying
Always the
to,
free edition.
yeah, just killing your PC, trying to do anything, just.
Yep.
So, towards the end of high school, I got into that. So I ended up going to the New England Institute of Art for
Nice.
audio engineering.
Nice.
And of course, being in a band too, you do live sound. You do your own live sound. You know, you end up having to get a PA system, or you know, you're borrowing the drummer's dad's stuff and figuring out how to hook everything up. So,
Right.
so yeah, then I enjoyed the technical aspect of sound and audio and studio recording, but that was also, you know, I graduated college in 2013, and that was right about the time where it became easy and cheap for people to do this stuff at their house.
Oh,
And like
yeah.
you could make great sounding albums at your house by yourself, you know.
Yeah.
You didn't have to go to
100%.
studios. So I would see other, you know, of my peers, they would be interning at a studio, like not getting paid for 3 years, just sweeping, getting coffees, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
Doing the mundane stuff.
yeah. And then for live sound, it's like, you know, guy came up to me, he's like, dude, I'll pay you right now to push boxes and wrap cables and stuff like that. So all through college, I basically worked live sound. And then when I graduated, I started doing corporate AV because I had a baby right around then too. So
Okay.
I was like, got to get the health insurance and the steady gig.
Yep.
So I was basically working in hotels in Boston for like 8 years doing all that. So,
Nice.
but you know,
Some fun stuff.
Do you ever run across a guy's his stage name or he was a producer? Is Antonym the producer? I don't know if you ever.
Antonym.
I know he did like live sound stuff and like stage setups and stuff like that. I was just curious because
I don't. Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, was his real name? I don't know.
I forget.
True.
I think I've only known him through stage. Like we were like kind of good friends at the time, and then just like lifed and just like grew apart. You know,
it is funny because
that's what he was doing. He was doing like live stage setups and gigs.
Yeah, because you know, there's different stuff. Like when I was in college, I was doing sound for music, like sound for concerts. You know, like festivals, concerts at theaters, stuff like that. And through college, I got introduced to the industry of corporate AV, which I didn't know was a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, like, there were thousands of people that get hired to set up projectors and lights and sound systems for corporate meetings and, like, meeting room setups and setting up TVs and all this stuff. And I was like, okay. But so many dudes who, you know, did sound in any kind of way in the Boston area, like you end up running into them in corporate AV.
Yeah.
So it's pretty funny how many sound guys.
While he's talking about it, everything he just said, that's like what we're now doing for like our business. We do like.
Oh yeah, well, offering like uplighting for people's events.
Okay.
Offering to bring a PA with wireless mics if they want to have something to do announcements or whatever the case may be. Filming. Yeah, doing like highlights of their event, just like short highlight videos of their events. You know, creating like company messages if they want something internal to send out to their people in the company.
Yeah.
You know, we can record them a video with audio and edit that together for them, stuff like that. So
we're bringing Mike to the bees and thank you.
Yeah.
And I actually did a brief time I was an event service manager for like the Boston Convention Center.
Okay.
So, I didn't say that actually for the Massachusetts Convention Center Authority. So like I was mainly at the Heinz, so like I was at the Boston Convention Center too. But yeah, so like event services manager, audio specialist, and production specialist. You know, it's just like
Duh, why not?
Right, yeah.
You know, there's people who do it, the person who plans it, the person who makes it happen. It's like we have the team. You know, so I know we touched briefly on it before, but like
Yeah.
you know, bringing that element of like, you know, like we are an organization. Yeah, we do food trucks, but like we do this too.
Yeah.
We do a lot of other stuff too.
Yeah, you got your own little niches that you're into, and I mean, it keeps you busy, and it's what you're passionate about, and why not? You know, why at the end of the day, why not? You know,
If you can.
yeah, exactly, literally,
Just make it happen.
yeah, exactly, man.
True.
Super dude, big fat.
True, true.
Mike. And wax.
Getting fatter.
Say a word about the World Series.
He was like, I'm still not talking for that.
Oh, you know what's funny?
The World Series.
So
Who was it? Who was the team that you?
it was
Dodgers.
Red Sox.
Was that the last time they won?
Oh, when the Sox won?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
no.
2013, I think.
Yeah.
2013.
Who did they win?
No.
2018.
I'm looking at
Yeah.
people.
I think.
Yeah. 2018.
Makes sense. 2018 because I was
Yeah.
in school.
So at that point, I was working at the Sheraton downtown, and I was just doing like my normal day shift or whatever. And my boss at the Sheraton tells me, he's like, "Oh, you know, VP of the company, like he's asking if you can go to Fenway and do this World Series opening thing." And I was like, and it was that day, like go today and do it. And I was like,
"Hey, come do this thing."
I was like, no, you're not throwing me into that mess. I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. So whatever, I keep going about my day, and then he's like, calls back, he's like, they need you. I'm like, really, man? Really? I was like, are you sure? So I get on the phone with the VP. I'm like, yeah, man, is there literally anyone else who can do this? Because I'm just trying to do my regular shift, you know, get out at 5, go home. And he's like, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. So I was like, all right. So I ride my bike in the rain over from the Sheraton to Fenway.
No pressure.
So basically, what happened is the night before they had James Taylor doing the opening anthem, and it was raining, and something got messed up with the soundboard, and like the board died 5 minutes before it was supposed to go on.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
so my dude, who's like the guy for our company in Boston, who was running sound,
yeah,
you know, he gets a backup board set up like real quick, but you know, it's the difference between a full digital set that he already tuned versus like an analog board that he's just like on the fly making it work.
Right.
And so James Taylor was pissed.
Oh, well, yeah.
Because he's like, it didn't sound like how it didn't sound check, and you know, at a certain level, dude, people get diva real quick.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Definitely, yeah.
I can
Like
imagine.
people, like the littlest thing, man. You get someone in the, like, even just a person in the room who's looking at them, they're like, who's that person? You know, anything.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
so they just wanted a different guy behind the board, you know, like he's the dude, you know, he's great, he's better, you know, he was better than me, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And so whatever, so I just came in for the next night to save face, but yeah, for me, luckily it wasn't like a celebrity necessarily. It was like pieces from the Boston Pops.
Oh, okay.
So it was kind of like they had horns and the sound, yeah.
Say it like that. Is that more so people?
No, I didn't do the whole opening ceremony. I just did the national anthem.
Just the national.
Yeah. But after doing that,
Just the national.
everyone was like, "Oh, you did the World Series. You got to tell everybody you did the World Series." Right? So I was looking for other jobs, right? And so I would tell people, I was like, "Oh yeah, did this and World
Did you
Series."
tell them how you just told them though? Did you tell them that they called you that day?
Wow.
And they were like, yeah,
Like they
we're the guy.
wanted you.
We're the
You
guy.
are the man.
I mean,
We're the guy that can come do the work.
not really, but nobody cared. No, literally everyone's like, "Nah."
They probably did.
Dang.
I was like, "All right."
They should have.
They didn't care. But it did. After doing that, they called me back to do sound for like the Harvard Yale game at Fenway, and it's not cricket. There's some other crazy sport that's kind of like lacrosse, but it's not lacrosse, and I can't think of what it's called.
It's not rugby, right?
No.
I think I know what you're talking about, but
They have
forget the
like
name, too.
paddles and stuff, and they whip like tennis ball size balls with nets. I don't know. It's not lacrosse, but anyway.
Quidditch. No.
Basically, it's definitely European or
It's kind
something.
of like
but,
it, yes.
Yeah.
yeah, so getting to plug into Fenway's house sound and like you're responsible for the venue in terms of what people are hearing. Like,
Right.
it's just nerve wracking, but
Oh, I believe it because like,
but it's fun too.
Yeah, because I've seen performances. Well, what was her? What's her name? She did was it the NBA All-Star game? Not Scherzinger. What the heck? Anyways, we all know who we're talking about. But she did like a terrible job.
Oh, really?
Just sound. What is her name?
Doing sound or singing?
She was singing, but it's like when the sound doesn't sound.
Oh, I see. The sound was off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
from the Black Eyed Peas. What's her name?
Oh,
Fergie.
Fergie. And she
freaking bombs.
Dude, yeah, it is the worst. And like, having been a performer, like, we played a bunch of gigs in high school as a band.
Mm-hmm.
I was cognizant of that with artists. I'd be like, listen, I know if I can't hear myself right or if the sound's off as a performer, it's terrible. But if it sounds great, you can perform way better and it just feels better. You're looser, you're not it's not something that you're thinking about. So I used to always try and keep that in mind when I was doing sound for people. Like, whatever you want, I'm down for,
Oh, I've done plenty of shows where like the mics were like super, super low and I just felt like I had to scream through it.
Yeah.
And I ended up like blowing up my voice at the end of the show.
Yeah.
I hate shows like that. It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need a big fat mic.
I do.
Yes.
I do.
I got you.
I do. For real. Yeah.
You're the real deal.
You are. I believe that.
I think that, I'm not tooting my horn, but we're just trying to just do it the best way we can and collaborate with the best people we can and just do awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that,
I dig it.
True.
I dig it for real. You do.
ready to do it.
Yeah. 25 is here. Thank you for that.
Supposed to be on side.
Got him. Got him.
It's not.
You're good.
It's not anymore.
Always an opportunity. You're fired. Playing music in the background. He's like, bye. Bye.
Don't go.
How many times? As many times as I've fired these guys? It's starting to be innumerable.
Nah.
Yeah, it's at least like once a month. Yeah.
Stepping up 3 times a month.
Yeah. Crispy's just trying to find ways to get fired.
Unplug the camera quick.
It's not even the right camera. Now you're really fired because you. Yeah, you can get the right camera. Now you're definitely fired. Yeah, no, don't do that.
Your camera, that is.
Yeah.
This is nice.
Yeah, no, don't do that. No, I'm not paying for that. Nah,
I ain't doing that shit, bro.
No.
I trust you.
Trust me, I know how expensive that shit is, alright?
I trust you, Chrissy.
Yeah. But I really appreciate you guys taking the time, coming down here, saying what's up, having a conversation with us. Any final things you want to share with the people,
Subscribe to Bees and Thank You Prime on twitch.tv today, right now. If you have an Amazon Prime subscription membership, you can subscribe to us for free. Just link your accounts. Bing, bang, boom. Help save the bees. We're here.
It's free.
He came ready with that.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Let's go.
It's free.
Yeah.
I got to really talk about it, so we'll talk about it now. If you don't know,
now you know.
Everybody's membership has free subscription that is worth money to people like me, artists, anyone who does streaming. And if you aren't using it, Jeff Bezos is just over there just buying another island with it. He's gonna do that anyways, but the way I see it is we're gonna do all these great things, we're already doing them. You have your subscription, if you're an Amazon Prime member, it takes 2 minutes. Link your Twitch account, subscribe to us. Costs you literally nothing. Take you 5 minutes. You do have to do it every month, so once a month, take 10 seconds, or hopefully tune into some of our shows. See some of the stuff we're doing, some of the projects we're working on, the communities we're involved in, and just some of the cool stuff we do. And you might start to see that it's worth that few minutes of your time to subscribe to us and give us a little bit more to work with.
Absolutely. For sure. So make sure you subscribe. Both cameras, both of y'all.
Especially if you have free subscription.
Yeah, come
You're
on
an
now.
Amazon Prime member.
It's that
You
easy.
just have this free money you could have been giving to people all this time. So
Yeah. I didn't know about it until they told me.
Don't know about it.
Do it for good.
I'd say 95% of people I talk to have no idea what I'm talking about. They think I'm trying to like scam them. That's okay, but I'm not. It's free. And then on top of that, look out for our free lunch program because that's going to be one of the big things that we're funding this program with. And yeah, check it out. You know, it's going to be coming in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, everybody can. Well, you got to be in New England. You know, but let us know your event, what you got in mind, why we should come roll up, and you know, I want it to be like this cool community thing. Everybody can do it. We'll pick the coolest ones. We'll pick the people who really need it. You know, we'll make videos around it. We'll expand our community. So, you know, just follow us. Follow on our journey.
Tap in.
For sure.
Get your grilled cheese.
Yeah, come find us.
Yeah.
Please.
Come find us.
Do it up. Word. Well, I want to say thank you once again to you guys. I want to say thank you to our listeners, those that have been watching. I want to say God bless as always. I appreciate each and every single one of y'all for tuning in and checking this out, making connections through conversations. I appreciate it. But until next time, my name is Jay Faith.
My name is L.Y.F E.
We got
Big Fat Mike.
And
Wax A.
And as always in the bike, Crispy doing his thing from Krispy Pic Media. Booking now. Make sure you check it out. We appreciate all of y'all. And this is the Right Mind Podcast. We'll catch y'all next time. What's up?